Hello everyone and welcome to today's online class for class 12. You have taken a pure solvent, a pure liquid solvent, and you observe that boiling point of that pure solvent to be, let's say, TB. TB is the boiling point of the pure solvent that you have taken, and then you have added a solid solute, non-volatile, non-electrolytic solid solute in that particular liquid solvent and made a solution, and the molarity of the solution you have found out, let's say it is M. And you also observe again the boiling point of the solution that you had made. Now you got the boiling point of the solution to be delta TB prime. You also observe that this boiling point of the solution that you observe is more compared to the boiling point of the pure solvent that you had observed, meaning that the boiling point of the solution has elevated compared to the pure solvent that you had previously taken. So the elevation of the boiling point is found to be delta TB prime minus delta TB is equals to delta TB. This is the elevation of boiling point that you have observed after making this elevation of boiling point that you have observed after for the solution compared to the previously pure solvent. Raoult's give a law regarding this elevation of boiling points. Raoult saying that this elevation of boiling point is directly proportional with the molarity of the solution. This is Raoult's law. This can be written as delta TB equals to Kb into M. This is the mathematical expression for elevation of boiling point. Now this Kb is nothing but proportionality constant known as the boiling point, elevation of boiling point constant, or ebuloscopic constant. Ebuloscopic constant. Therefore, this is the mathematical expression for the Raoult's law for elevation of boiling point, and in the upper portion I have written the statement for the elevation of boiling point for a solution. It is saying that elevation of boiling point of a dilute solution consisting of non-volatile, non-electrolytic solid solute is directly proportional with the molarity of the solution. Now the solution that you had made in the previous example that we were discussing, the molarity was M and the boiling point of the solution was delta TB prime that you had found to be elevated from the pure solvent boiling point, which was TB. So the elevation was TB prime minus TB or delta TB. Mathematically you can say that delta TB is directly proportional with the M, or delta TB equals to Kb multiplied M, where Kb is the ebuloscopic constant or boiling point elevation constant. Any liquid boils at a vapor pressure when the vapor pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. Now we know that the vapor pressure of a solution is less than the vapor pressure of the pure solvent at a particular temperature. What I am trying to say is that supposedly at 100 degrees Celsius you have taken water. The amount of vapor that will be produced at that particular temperature at 100 degrees Celsius for that water, and if you take a solution of the water at 100 degrees Celsius, the amount of vapor that will be produced from the solution of the water at 100 degrees Celsius, the vapor produced from the solution of water will be comparatively less compared to the pure water. So the vapor pressure of the solution of the water at 100 degree will be less compared to the pure water. Now as at 100 degrees Celsius water boils, the vapor pressure is equals to the atmospheric pressure for pure water at 100 degrees Celsius, but for a solution of water at 100 degrees Celsius, the amount of vapor, the vapor pressure is less less than that of its pure solvent. So to reach the atmospheric pressure, the vapor pressure has to be increased for pure for the solution. To increase the vapor pressure of the solution, you need to heat that solution furthermore. You need to increase the temperature of the solution furthermore till a point will come, supposedly at 120 or something around that temperature, when the vapor pressure of the solution will be equal to the atmospheric pressure. But by that point, and then the solution will start to boils up. But by that point, the temperature of the solution, instead of the temperature of the solution has risen up from 100 degrees Celsius to something like 120 20 or 17, something like that, degrees Celsius, something like that. So the temperature of the solution, the boiling point of the solution has risen up to increase the vapor pressure of the solution, because vapor pressure of the solution is less compared to the pure solvent. Now this thing can be observed very practically through this plot. This is a temperature versus vapor pressure plot. When you are going from left to right along temperature axis, temperature is increased from left to right. From down to upward, when you are going in the upper direction along the pressure axis, the pressure is increasing. This point represents the atmospheric pressure. Now this graph, the first line of this graph, this one shows the graph plot, pressure temperature plot for pure solvent, and this one shows for the solution. These two has been experimentally observed graphical plot. These are experimentally observed graphical plot. Now what is the observation that you can have? When the pressure is atmospheric pressure, the pressure will be represented by this point for the solution, for the solvent, and the corresponding temperature will be this point for the solvent. But at this point, the solution is at this temperature. At this point, the temperature is same, but the pressure is less. To increase the temperature to this, the graph is pointing this way. The solution graph is there, and the corresponding temperature is there, which is increased from Tb to Tb prime. Therefore, you can say that to increase the pressure from this point to reach this point, the temperature needs to be increased from Tb to Tb prime to this point. Mathematical expression for the elevation of boiling point is delta Tb equals to Kb multiplied M. M is molality. Delta Tb equals to Kb multiplied molality, mole number by W by W1. W1 is the N2 by W1. N2 mole number of solute in solution, W1 mass of solvent in kg, or delta Tb equals to Kb multiplied N2 can be written as W2 by M2 by M1, where W2 equals to mass of solute in solution and M2 is molecular mass of solute. Therefore, delta TB equals to KB multiplied W2 by W1 into 1 by M2, or M2 equals to KB multiplied W2 by W1 multiplied delta TB. This is the expression for the molecular mass of the solute. Stereoscopic constant is depend on the nature of the solvent, only the nature of the solvent, and expressed as Kb equals to R Tb square by 1000 multiplied Lv. This is Lv equals to latent heat of vaporization for per gram of solvent. Lv is the latent heat of vaporization for per gram of solvent, and Tb is the boiling point of the pure solvent. So as you can see, this is R is universal gas formula, 1000 is there. Tb and Lv is the only thing that Kb is depend on. Tb is the boiling point of the solvent, and Lv is the latent heat of vaporization of the pure per gram of the solvent. So naturally Kb depends only on the nature of the solvent. Supposedly you are observing a pure solvent and the freezing point of that pure solvent is found to be TF. Then you add a non-volatile, non-electrolytic solid solute to that solvent and made a solution out of that. The strength of that solution you found to be M molar. And also the freezing point of the solution now you observe to be TF prime. The freezing point of the solution now you found to be TF prime. And you also observe that this freezing point TF prime is less compared to the freezing point TF of the pure solvent that you previously had observed. Therefore, obviously depression in the freezing point has occurred, and the amount of depression in freezing point is given by delta TF equals to TF minus TF prime. Raoults is saying that this delta TF depression in freezing point is directly proportional with the molarity of the solution, or delta TF equals to Kf into F, where Kf is the depression in freezing point constant or cryoscopic constant. This statement is saying that the depression in freezing point of a dilute solution containing non-volatile, non-electrolytic solid solution is directly proportional with the molarity of the solution. The unit for Kf can be found from this equation, that is Kf delta TF equals to Kf into M, or Kf equals to delta TF by M equals to the unit of TF. Delta TF is Kelvin. The unit for molality is mole per kg or mole kg inverse. By doing simplification, the unit is found to be Kelvin kg mole inverse. The expression for depression in freezing point for solution is delta TF equals to Kf into M. Delta TF equals to Kf into N2 by W1, where N2 equals to mole number of solute in solution, and W1 is the mass of solvent in solution, or delta TF can be written as Kf into W2 by M2 by W1, where W2 is the mass of the solute in solution and M2 is the molecular mass of the solute. Therefore, delta TF equals to KF into W2 by W1 multiplied 1 by M2, or M2 equals to Kf into W2 by W1 multiplied delta TF. This is the expression for molecular weight, molecular mass of solute in solution. Molecular mass of solute. Similarly, cryoscopic constant Kf can be expressed in this in the form of this mathematical expression, which is saying that Kf equals to RT TF square by 1000 multiplied TLF. This TF representing the freezing point of the pure solvent, and this TLF is representing the latent heat of fusion per gram of solvent. Latent heat of fusion per gram of solvent. Now both this term is variable, whereas R is because the gas quantity is constant and there is only 1000, this magnitude is there. TF and LF is the two variable which depends on the solvent that has been taken. That's why TF depends on the nature of the pure solvent.